Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we're starting to work on our task checklist for Google Slides, and we're talking about the first three. So let me just uncheck that real quick. In this video, we're going to open a new slide deck with a shortcut. We'll insert some text, images, and a YouTube video in a slide, and then I'll also add, delete, and organize or reorganize some slides. So let's head on back to our Google Classroom where we last were. Now, to get to slides, remember that you can always access that by clicking on your waffle icon. So if you're logged in to a Google account, always look for that waffle icon because you know that is what you're going to use to take you to another workspace app. So in this case, let's go ahead and select slides. If you haven't used Slides before, Slides is Google's version of Microsoft PowerPoint. So a slide deck is a PowerPoint, and we use that term whenever we're presenting it. Slides, or a deck of slides, is what we call it when we're working or preparing a presentation. All right, so that's one quick way of how to get to slides. Now, here's another shortcut. You can simply create a new tab, and in your Omnibox, you can type in docs. Oh, no, no, we're doing slides, right? Slides.new. So let me type that out. Slides.new and press enter. And voila, it will bring you right to a new slide deck and you can just start creating. All right, so now that we've crossed out that first target there or that task on our checklist, let's talk about how we can insert some text, images, and a YouTube video in a slide. So the first slide is typically your cover page for your slide deck, right? So this is where your title would go. I'll just put Google Training for TAs and then my name, right? So that's your cover page. Now, if you happen to have a slide that doesn't have the text box already in there for you, you can add your own text. So let's just add a blank page right in there and show you how to do that. So there's two ways. First, let's talk about your layout here. Let me just get rid of this. So up here where the words are, where it says file all the way to accessibility, I call this the menu bar. And then right below that with all of the icons, this is your home ribbon. Now to me, it shows up as a light blue, but depending on your screen, it could be a light gray. So the first way, remember when we're adding content, we really are saying we're inserting content. So if you want to add content or insert content, use the word insert in the menu bar. So when we click on insert, these are all the things that you can add or insert into your slide, starting from image all the way to line. Maybe if you're grading a student slide deck, you can add a comment in there, great work, or add a new slide. Okay, so let's go ahead and click text box. And you'll notice that my mouse turns into a crosshair. And so you're going to take your mouse and click and drag where you want that rectangle to go. And that's where your font your text will show up. So if I let go of my mouse, this box stays, and then my cursor is blinking because it's telling you that is where you're adding the text. So I don't know, I'm just making this up. In this training tutorial, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's how we add the text. Now, let's go back to my first slide here. We can format our text, because leaving it like this is pretty boring, right? So we can highlight the text that we want to use and change. And then I like to just use my home ribbon. So most of the text formatting options are right on the right side of this ribbon. Where you see Arial, that's the name of the font that it's currently in. And when I click on the caret or that arrow that's pointing down, I can use other fonts. Now remember, we want to use a font that's clear and that's easy for our students to see. So since this is also my title, I want like a really big, bold, maybe coiny, a nice pop font, right? So that's a good one. It's clear, it's clean. And then I can even just click on the minus sign here to make it smaller, I could click on the plus sign here to make it bigger, or if I want, I can just put in a number. So this is 51. Maybe I want it a little smaller, maybe 35. Oh, that's a little too small, so I can just go back to maybe 45. All right, there you go. Okay, so that's how we change out the font, how to change the size. And let's keep going here on how to format text. If I click on the B, that makes our text bold. If I click on the I, it italicizes for us. And if I click on the U, it underlines it for us. I can even change the color of the text. Let's make it a nice bright blue. And then I can even add a highlighter color behind it. So I'll add a yellow. Okay, so there you go. That's how we write insert text and how we can format the text to make it work for us. Now let's say like after um, playing around with the font size and the color, I realized I didn't really want that. I could go and reset that. So remember our vertical ellipses here, ellipsis, or our ice cream scoops, we can click on that because that's telling us there's more to the menu. All right, so what I can do here is I want to change out the alignment. So I can click here and make it go to the left, go to the right, and wiggle around, and then maybe go back to the center. I can change the spacing. I could make it part of a bullet point list or make it part of a numbered list. I can indent to the left. I can indent to the right. And this was the option I was telling you before. And let's just say I just played around too much here and it hurts my eyes. I want to go back to its normal position. So I'm going to click on the italicized T with a slash right through it, and that will clear it right back to its original, or almost its original, and then take the numbered list off there. All right, so let's just go and play that real quick. I will just make it bolded and I will center it. And there you go. So there is how we insert and format our text. Let's talk about the second thing here. Let's talk about how to insert an image. So I'm going to go to my next slide. Okay, and I'm just going to delete this. We don't really need this here. Let's talk about images though. So remember the keyword is insert. So we're going to go to our menu bar and select insert, and it's the first option, image. Now you have several options here. You could upload from your computer. Maybe you have a nice picture of your cat that's saved to your desktop or your local hard drive, then you could do that. Or maybe you have a lesson on cats in your Google Drive and you could do that as well. Or maybe you are working from home and you have your cat as your office work partner next to you. So you grab your cat and click on camera and say cheese in front of your Chromebook camera. You can do that as well. I mostly stick with search the web or drive. And search the web is great, especially when you're working with your students and they're creating a presentation, because when you click on search the web, they don't need to get out of the slide window. They could look for pictures right within slides, and all of the pictures that show up are already free to use. So you and your teachers do not have to worry about copyright. So let's say we want to look for a cat. So I'm going to look for a tabby cat that looks like my cat Jack. And so here are all the pictures. Isn't that nice? It just shows up and we don't have to go in and out of the windows here. So let's see. I like this picture. I'll scroll down. Let's find some more. I like this picture. And hmm, something, oh, this is a very cute picture right here. So right now it tells you that I've selected 3 pictures, and I'll stop right there. I'll go ahead and insert them. Okay, so we notice that when we insert them, it just puts the pictures right on top of the other, right? So we can actually manually fix that. So when you click on one picture, you'll see a blue outline that shows up around it. We can click on one of those boxes in the corner and drag to make it smaller. And then we can see this picture behind us. And then you can also rotate it. You can see this little handlebar on top. So you just move your mouse and you can just drag it to the right or drag it to the left. And then that will rotate your picture for you. Now, I am very lazy when it comes to my work. I'd rather do, um, I'd rather let Explore, which is the assistant here, do most of my formatting work. So we used to have a tab right here, uh, a picture or an icon here for Explore, but Google Slides has updated since then and have deleted it. So I'm sharing this tip with you, okay? So what you want to do is select all of your pictures. So in this case, I'm just going to press Control plus A, and that selects all of my images at once. And I'm going to go to the Help menu and type in the word Explore. Okay. And what this does is that it brings up your assistant, and it comes with several layouts already done for you, and you just simply select the layout that you want. I mean, how cool is this one? It created a circle shape around each one. That's very, very cute. Or maybe, oh, this one's cute too. This one's a little bit out, but that's okay. You can edit that. So let's say his head's cut off, right? But we want to show more of that head rather than his nice torso. You click on that image, double click, and then you'll see that part of it is outside the box, and you can just drag that picture down to fit the box that you want. Uh, and now that picture's fixed. Same thing with this guy. I want that face up. Oh my god, look how cute these guys are. And there you go. All right, so this is just another nice way of using Google Slides, a hack on making the work done faster for you. Now you don't have to figure and configure all these things by yourself. All right, so we inserted some text, we formatted the text, we inserted some images, and I even showed you a life hack there. Is it really a life hack? Yeah, I'll stick with that because it just made my life easier. And now let us add or insert a YouTube video. So let's go ahead back to our home menu or home ribbon and add a new slide. And then since we're inserting, remember we got to go back to insert, and then we're just gonna go down to where it says video. So let's select video, and you can add a video from YouTube, or if you have one from your Google Drive, you could select that as well and find it through all your folders. But in this case, I'm just gonna use a YouTube video. You can put in the address or a search phrase. I don't know, maybe cats of the wild. I don't know. Maybe we're doing a lesson where we're comparing, domestic cats versus cats in the wild, right? So, oh my gosh, look at this. World's smallest cat from the BBC. Okay, gotta do that. So I'll select that and I'll insert, and then it inserts the video for you right here. And like how we did with the images, we can also change the format by clicking on it. So we can click on it, drag on the boxes and drag it, make it bigger, and I'll just click on it and kind of just center it so that it shows up on most of the screen. Now, if you are in prepare mode, it's not going to play. You actually have to play your slideshow in order for your video to show, okay? But when I click on this, you'll notice that more options pop up on your right. So, do you want this video to play when you click on it? Or do you want it to play automatically when you change slides? Or do you want to play it manually by yourself? Maybe you're still talking or the kids are still writing notes. I usually just leave it to on click, and that's fine. You can change the start time. Maybe there's some ads or some irrelevant content in the beginning. You can change a different time. You can even end it at a different time as well. And pretty much I leave all other things alone, but I will add an alt text, especially since we are working with all students and we want our materials to be accessible to all. And we noticed that, hey, we don't really need to add alt text because the video did it here. So that's fine with me. Actually, I'm just going to change it out because they don't really need to know all this information. I'll just type out the world's, what was it, smallest cat? Cat. Can't spell by BBC. And that's it. That's our description, and we can leave it that. And by the way, you can also add alt text to any images, and I'll go back after this. All right, so let's get out of our formatting options and let's go ahead and play the slideshow. Okay. So notice I'm right on that slide deck and it's not playing because I have it set so it starts to play on click. So then I'll just go ahead and click. Here's my caption. Oh my God. All right, so if you need like a happy fix, you can continue watching that on YouTube. But here we have our text, our images, and our YouTube video. Let's just go back to our images here and show you how to add your alt text as well. Maybe I'll add an alt text to this video. So I this image. So let's see if I could do that. All right, so I'm going to select the image that I want, then I'll go up to format options, and here's my alt text. And remember, alt text is good for those people who need a screen reader and they might have trouble seeing your content. And yes, I did just read that out loud for you. All right, so it's a tabby cat lying on its side. Perfect. So there we go. Now let's just go ahead and get out of there. So again, we added text and formatted text. We inserted images, and I even showed you a hack on how to use Explorer to make that formatting easier for you. And then we inserted a YouTube video. We learned how to add alt text for our students. And then finally, let's talk about how we can add, delete, and organize slides. And that's mainly here in this last panel. So let's just say that I added a slide and it somehow got in the middle of these two slides, right? So a couple of ways you can do that. You can select that slide and then just press the delete button on your keyboard and it'll go away. Let's do that again. And then, or another way you can do that is select the slide you want to delete, right click on your mouse and just select delete as your option. And there we go. And maybe I want to make a copy of this slide, so I'm just going to select the slide and duplicate the slide. All right. And maybe I want to move the slide and sandwich it with the video. So all I do is just select the slide, kind of, there we go, and just move it in the order that I desire. So that, my dear, are all of the steps, or the first few steps we're taking care of in our task checklist for Google Slides. All right, so thank you for watching. So, oh, wait, additional tips. When you're inserting text, make sure to use a clear, concise font. When you're inserting images, make sure that the image is high resolution, just like this, and they're not blurry. If you happen to see a blurry one, that means we got to delete it and use something else. When you're inserting a YouTube video, make sure that it's relevant to your topic, maybe not too long. This one was about 2 minutes, right? And remember that tip, whenever you use a video, you want a video that's about equivalent to your grade number. So 3 minutes for third graders or 7 minutes for seventh graders. All right, my dears, I will see you later.